Hey everyone! So, Ramadan is here, and for a lot of us, that brings this mix of spiritual excitement, but also, let's be real, a little bit of anxiety about how we're going to manage it all. But what if the goal wasn't just to get through it? What if we could actually transform this month into a time of incredible growth? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? On one hand, it's a spiritual retreat. On the other, you're trying to balance worship with your job, your family, your life. You've got the super early mornings for suhoor, the late night prayers, and a full workday in between. Yeah, it can seriously feel like you're being pulled in a million different directions at once. But what if you could change that? What if you could not just survive Ramadan, but actually thrive in it? That's what this whole explainer is about. We're going to break down a framework using both timeless principles and modern science to help you find that focus, energy, and most importantly, purpose. Okay, before we jump into any life hacks or scheduling tricks, we have to start at the very beginning with the foundation, getting your mindset right. Because you see, in the Islamic tradition, true productivity isn't just about how many things you can tick off a list. It's about why you're doing them in the first place. And it all starts with this incredibly powerful concept, niyyah, which means intention. Think about it like this. Before you do anything, I mean anything, from writing a work email to chopping vegetables, you just pause for a second and set a sincere intention. By doing that, you can literally transform the most boring, mundane task into a meaningful act of worship.
And when you get that intention right, that's when you can unlock barakah, or divine blessing. Now, this concept completely flips our modern idea of productivity on its head. It's not about cramming more hours into your day. It's about getting more value, more meaning, and more blessing out of the time you already have. Honestly, that's the ultimate goal.
This then leads us to itqan, which is the principle of excellence. It means that whatever you're doing, you approach it with care, and you strive to do it to the absolute best of your ability. It creates this direct link between the quality of your work and your spiritual values. And this profound teaching, wow, it just anchors the whole mindset, doesn't it? It frames time as this precious, non-renewable resource. Now, this isn't meant to create pressure. It's meant to inspire us to be mindful, to make every single moment count, especially during a month as blessed as Ramadan. All right, so with that powerful mindset in place, let's shift gears and get practical. Let's talk about the method. How in the world do we manage our physical and mental energy while we're fasting? Well, the key isn't to fight your body, it's to work with its natural rhythms. See, when you're fasting, your energy moves in a pretty predictable cycle. Right after suhoor and Fajr prayer, your mind is at its sharpest. That is your golden window for deep, focused work. But by late afternoon, you're going to hit that slump. That's the perfect time for easier, more routine tasks. Just understanding this cycle is a total game changer. Getting a traditional 8 hours of straight sleep, that's nearly impossible in Ramadan. So the solution is to adapt. A lot of people find success with what's called a biphasic or a two-part sleep pattern. You get a solid chunk of sleep after the night prayers, and then you grab another hour or two after Fajr. If you can sneak in a short afternoon power nap, even better. It all helps you get to that sweet spot of 6 to 8 total hours. And of course, we have to talk about your pre-dawn meal, suhoor. This meal literally fuels your entire workday. The goal is simple. Pick foods that give you sustained energy, like complex carbs and proteins. And try to avoid the sugary or super processed stuff that's just going to lead to a massive energy crash in the afternoon. Okay, so we've got our physical energy covered. Now, let's apply that same strategic thinking to our spiritual habits. How can we build consistent, meaningful practices without feeling totally and completely overwhelmed? The answer might actually surprise you. It's not about having a long, ambitious list of goals. It's really about the power of one. You know that pressure we feel in Ramadan? To read the entire Quran, pray all night, do everything perfectly. Well, that can lead to that classic New Year's resolution effect, where we start out super strong and then just completely burn out. So here's a different approach. Focused on building just one new habit. Seriously. Whether it's giving a tiny bit of charity every day or just seeking forgiveness while you're driving. A small, consistent good deed is so much more beloved and sustainable than a grand one you can't finish. All right, let's pull all of this together. We've talked about the mindset, we've talked about the methods. Now let's combine it all into a simple, actionable plan that you can literally start using today. So here it is, your checklist for purposeful productivity. Do your most demanding work in the morning. Use focused sprints like the Pomodoro technique. Plan tomorrow tonight to save your brain power. Stay hydrated. And this is a big one. Focus on the quality of your results, not just the number of hours you put in. I promise you, these small adjustments can make a world of difference.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one question. Forget the overwhelming to-do list for a second. What is the one single habit you're going to focus on building this month? How are you going to make your time count and really find that divine blessing, that barakah, in your days?